After school, buzz on over to our clinic and start vaccinating people.
Pandemic pressure. Amid the push to get more kids back in the classrooms, New Haven is down a dozen school nurses.
Yeah, and get this, just this week, the person in charge of those nurses said she is also stepping down. Channel 3 New Haven Bureau Chief Matt McFarland has the details on how they're making sure the kids are covered.
New Haven school nurses have a pretty big workload. Not only are they here at school during the week, they're also working extra, administering vaccines at COVID clinics throughout the city. But the issue is New Haven needs more, and they're not alone.
With our school nurses, they've been working around the clock for almost a year, not just doing what they typically would do in a school environment of supporting the kids, but also doing vaccinations, answering phone calls, doing contact tracing, all these things. It's stressful.
And while there is generally turnover in this line of work, Mayor Justin Elicker, who also is on the Board of Education, says they're dealing with a little more thanks to the pandemic.
It's been a challenge around the state to attract nurses. There's an incredible amount of pressure on nurses to do a lot of different things in a pretty challenging environment. But in addition to that, there's so much demand.
Here in New Haven, we've learned 12 nurses have resigned since late August, with some of the reasons being relocation, not enough resources, or the salary, which starts at a little more than $45,000 a year. And it's not just the nurses. This week, Dr. Jennifer Vasquez, the city's director of public health nursing, which oversees those school nurses, submitted her resignation as well. The city says she gave no reason in her resignation letter. New Haven's health department, which provides school nurses for the Elm City's 40-plus schools and more than 20,000 students, is working to fill the empty positions. Elicker says the city also uses a contractor to provide nurses if spots need to be filled. And the fact that New Haven is in a hybrid model right now is helping, since only pre-K through 5th graders are actually learning in school.
We're still getting the job done. There's not as many schools open, so it makes it a little bit easier for us to ensure full coverage across the schools.
But of course, the hope is to eventually get more kids back in school, and it's why the city's health department is looking to fill 8 nursing vacancies. If you're a registered nurse and you're interested, we've got the information on the Channel 3 app. Reporting in New Haven, Matt McFarland, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.